And finally, we move on to the high-performance amateur senior, semi-professional and professional division. Under the long-term player development pathway, this falls under the training to win segment. It involves club senior first division, provincial under-19, provincial under-21, national under-20, Vodacom Cup players, Absa Currie Cup, Vodacom Super Rugby and international players. Your under-20 players are those aged 18, 19 or 20, these players turning 19 or 20 and having already turned 20 respectively during the year in question. Senior players would be those aged at least 18 turning 19 during the year in question for all positions other than the front row, and players aged at least 19 years old turning 20 during the year in question for all front row positions. Now, specific reference again needs to be made, of course, to the SARU underage regulations for under 20 and senior level rugby. The format will see normal rugby laws apply. So, a full scrum formation, there'll be an active engagement as per the current IRB format of engagement. A full scrum contest will occur within, of course, the IRB adult rugby laws from club senior first division rugby, provincial under-19, national representative under-20, provincial representative under-21 or provincial or national representative senior teams. Do note that club senior first division rugby is the highest amateur level of club rugby in South Africa, and it does not necessarily refer to the club senior first teams per se, unless they are actively participating in the highest amateur club division or league in the province. For example, the Western Province Super A League. So this would be the engagement sequence at scrum time. First call would be crouch, second would be touch, the final call would be set, which would actively engage and interlock with opposition. Ball is in and the contest will start.
Crouch, touch, set.
Now, Law 20.2 front row player positions will be enforced, which means that all players in the front row must have both feet firmly on the ground, their body weight supported firmly on at least 1 foot, and be able to maintain their own balance at all times during the scrum. And this will limit the risk of scrum collapse. Management. Now, within South African rugby tournaments, and should there be a gross mismatch, inadequacy or unsuitability of either of the forward packs, then scrums may be contested in the format of the previous level. When the situation occurs during an international or Super Rugby level match, the IRB laws at the time do supersede the South African law modifications. For South African rugby tournaments, the previous levels, of course, would be an active engagement with pre-scrum binding and a reduced hit allowed on the engagement.
Bind. Scrum.
Front rowers have to be parallel to the ground, properly pre-bound to each other, and aligned in the appropriate channel of the opposing front row before the engagement. The distance between opposing front rows pre the engagement is significantly reduced to where the ears of the opposing front rows are in a straight line across the scrum or ear to ear. A full scrum contest within the IRB adult rugby laws will apply after the front rows have engaged.
Scrum.
Failing that, uncontested scrums should be called for by the referee. These are scrum law modifications for rugby played within South Africa.